Today, I'm super excited as I just went on a spending spree at Lowe's, spending over $500. And all of these things are things that have intrigued me over the last few years. Ranging from new affordable pickups to high-end specialty tools, this is going to be a very special video. So join me today as we take a deep dive into this $500 Lowe's spending spree. So rarely do I get an opportunity like this, as I received a $500 gift card to Lowe's, which I thought I'd spend on some viral tools. It's this gift card that gave me the opportunity to Lowe's deep and take a look at some items I might not ordinarily take a look at. And since I really didn't have any skin in the game, I took a look at a couple of strange items that have intrigued me over the years. And even though these items were free to me, just like with all my videos, I'm going to be giving you an honest opinion of each item we take a look at. And you're going to want to stick around to the end of this video to see one of the most unusual tools that I've ever reviewed. So let's dive right in and take a look at a couple of the cheapest items I picked up, costing just a few bucks. This is one of Lowe's latest additions to their bucket lineup. Let's give it a look. Speaking of buckets, I finally crossed running a marathon off my bucket list. It was never going to get done, and I'm glad it's gone. So as I tear into this box, you're going to find something that most workshops probably already have in their shop. And that, of course, is the Lowe's 5-gallon bucket, which I honestly picked up for another item I picked up on this spree. You can never have enough of these buckets, especially when you use them in combination with something like a Kobalt bucket organizer, which I featured a few weeks ago and is probably one of my favorite pickups of 2025, and it's really affordable. But for this video, I'm more interested in what comes inside that 5-gallon bucket. This is something that I haven't seen at any other hardware store, and that's the 2-gallon bucket. This little guy is perfect for some of those smaller projects where you just need to take a couple of tools and some hardware. And with its smaller size, it can also be used for storage, painting, or even the dreaded epoxy pour. And that's just the tip of the iceberg for uses of a smaller bucket like this. Let me know in the comments below for something you might use this bucket for. But let's move on to something that's frankly just a little bit more exciting and can be used with that larger 5-gallon bucket. This is the Kobalt misting fan kit. Let's give it a look. You know, I saw a guy the other day with 6 of those on the street, so I called the cops. I'm pretty sure he was part of one of those extreme mist groups. Now this little fan is something that I would have killed for before I had my shop remodeled, as I used to sweat my you-know-what off every single time I went to the shop. But today, this might be an excellent solution for any time I have to work outside. But let's dive right into this box and see what comes with this kit. One of the nice things about this kit is everything comes pre-assembled, and there's only 3 items inside this box. First and foremost is something that's great for me, as I'm not into the Kobalt infrastructure, and that is a battery and charger. But along with that, you're obviously going to get that misting fan, which looks like it has a unique design. To take a look at how this works, let's first get that battery installed. To do this, we need to turn the tool around. On the very back of the mister, you're going to find the battery port, which is protected by a cover that you can open up with your thumb. Once that battery port is opened up, you can slide in that 24-volt 2-amp-hour battery right into the back of the mister. Then you can latch that cover back up with a simple click. Now that we've got this bad boy powered up, let's take a look at the front of the fan. This is a 3-blade fan with a span of about 7 inches and even has serrated blades, which actually reduce the noise level with this fan. And this is a pretty powerful fan, having a total of 800 CFM at its highest setting. You probably also notice the 2 metal nozzles on either side of the fan, and this is for the misting feature, which we'll get into in just a second. If we look at the bottom of this mister, you're going to find the control panel, which has 3 different settings, not only for the fan, but also the mister itself. By pressing the top button or the fan button, you can scroll through low, medium, and high for the fan setting. And right below that button, you'll find the misting button, which you can also scroll through low, medium, and high. If we look at the top of the fan, you'll see there's a nice little handle, which is perfect for carrying to your job site. But you can also use that handle to rotate the fan up and down, and this has got 60 degrees range of motion. Now let's take a look at the underside of this item, which is part of what makes this mister so unique. Underneath this item, you'll first find the hose, which is used to suck up the water for the mister. And as you can see, everything is held nicely in place with latches not only for the hose, but the nozzle itself. But you may have also noticed the round shape on the base of the tool, and that's where that 5-gallon bucket comes into play. If we remove that hose from the base of the tool, you can see that this mister fits right on top of a 5-gallon bucket. And that's the whole reason why I got that 5-gallon bucket. But you know what? I probably didn't need to. Because if we look at the bottom of that mister, you'll also notice 2 secondary tabs. Now, whether intended or not, these 2 little tabs allow you to rest this mister right on top of a 2-gallon bucket as well. But let's stick with that 5-gallon bucket, fill it up with water over at my spigot, and see how this thing works. Now that we have our water, let's place the mister mister on top of that 5-gallon bucket, making sure that the nozzle is submerged inside the water. With everything in place, I can then turn on the fan to any of the 3 settings. Then it's just a matter of pressing the misting button to any of the 3 settings, and you can see how beautifully it puts out a spray to cool you down as you work. And this mister has incredible moving power with up to 2 gallons of water every hour, and all those tubes and nozzles are cleanable and removable. So a pretty cool startup kit from Kobalt that I don't think many of us have considered. But we've got more items to take a look at that I picked up on this $500 shopping spree. Let's move on to our next. This is the Kobalt 3-drawer pink mini toolbox. Let's check it out. You know, that pink toolbox reminds me. Did you know that Pink Floyd and Led Zeppelin had an agreement to take care of each other's gardens? That's right, Roger Waters Roberts' plant. So this has got to be one of the most viral items available at Lowe's right now, as you see this thing all over the internet. And in fact, a few months ago, I looked at a very similar item that I was really impressed with, only it was a different color. So I thought I'd switch it up a bit and pair that 2-drawer blue one with a 3-drawer one that's in pink. Now the nice thing about this pink mini toolbox is it's actually a base for those smaller 2-drawered ones. If we look at the top of this toolbox, you'll notice there's a nice rubber pad along with a lip that runs along the entire back as well as the 2 sides. This allows you to securely stack those toolboxes, instantly expanding your capacity. And the nice thing about this toolbox is it's actually got 3 drawers versus 2, which really gives you a whole lot more capacity. And this toolbox is made out of aluminum and has a durable powder coat finish, so this thing's gonna last a while. And all 3 of the drawers are made out of the same powder coated aluminum, and they have a friction glide system. Not only that, but when you close these drawers, they're gonna stay shut, and that's because they have a magnetic latching system. In fact, you can even hold this entire toolbox upside down and those drawers won't fall out of place. And with the top 2 drawers being over 1 inch deep and having a 9-inch width by 5-inch depth, and the bottom drawer having the same dimensions while being over 2 inches deep, this toolbox can hold a lot of material. And I just love the fact that I can also stack my other toolbox right on top, making this much more than just another mini toolbox. Perfect for storing items which may not have a home, like pocket hole accessories or jigsaw blades. I just might have to work on my color coordination, but let's move on to the next item that I picked up on this shopping spree. Before we do that, however, I ask you to do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, and share this video, as it truly does help out this woodworking channel, and I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Also, if you haven't already, check out my website, Flynndogwoodwork.com, where you can get access to all sorts of fun woodworking accessories like all the t-shirts that I wear in my videos, and I've just released some new models of t-shirts. And if any of the items we take a look at today from this Lowe's shopping spree interest you, I'll leave links in the description below so that you can go check them out for yourself. Lastly, if you'd like to support this channel even further, check out my channel memberships where you can get early access to all my videos as well as 1 member video a week. Now let's get into our next tool. This is the pink Kobalt 20-piece drawer toolkit. Let's give it a look. You know, I grew up with a guy that had a toolkit like that. He also used to wear a pink shirt and had pink shoes. He also carried a pink shotgun. You know what we used to call him? Sir. Since I was already diving into the color pink, I thought why not check out this toolkit that also came in pink. I think you'll be quite surprised at what comes in this 20-piece drawer toolkit, as it's perfect for that junk drawer that's probably gotten out of control. Now I'll have to say this item's got a little bit of deceptive marketing, as when I counted the tools, I don't come to 20 items. And that's because they're counting some of these items as multi-tools, and yes, they're even counting each one of the individual razors for the utility knife as an item. You know, that reminds me. Nope. But either way, I think this item has got some valuable tools included with it. Let's start to dive into what it's got. First off, you're going to notice the carrying case with this item, and this is actually a pretty important feature with this toolkit. This case has every tool clearly labeled so you know where to place it when you're done with the tool. Not only that, but this case has also got a very sleek profile. At less than 2 inches, you can easily slide this thing in any kitchen drawer, or shop drawer for that matter, as it's got a length of about 19 inches and a width of about 9.5. But let's take a look at the actual tools themselves. The first 2 items that you get are a set of 2 spring-loaded pliers, including mini diagonal pliers to cut things like wire and a set of mini long nose pliers. And if you're into some light-duty cutting, it also comes with a pair of 5.5-inch scissors. And right next to those scissors, you're going to find a good old-fashioned bottle opener to cool you off once you're done working. You'll also get a 6-inch adjustable wrench in case you're not quite sure what size that nut is. And according to their calculations, you also get 4 items with the utility knife, which does include 3 blades if if we flip the notch on the front and the utility knife itself, which I do like the fact that this is a retractable blade and it even has a wire stripper. Along with that utility knife, you'll also get a precision screwdriver set that not only includes a Phillips head, but also a flathead screwdriver. Speaking of screwdrivers, you also get a more robust screwdriver with the 6-in-1 screwdriver. Not only does this item have a removable Phillips head and flathead screwdriver bit, but you can also remove the shaft, which reveals a smaller Phillips head and flathead bit. And if you remove those bits entirely, it reveals a 1/4 inch and 3/16 inch socket. The largest item in the kit is a 10-ounce hammer, which is just about the perfect size for most of your household chores. You'll also get a 12-foot self-lock tape measure, which is just about the perfect size. And the tape is extremely easy to read with its white background, and it even has fractions on one side. And lastly, you'll get one of the most easy to read levels that I've ever seen. Not only that, but the level also has 2 magnetic sides so that you can attach it to any magnetic surface. So a pretty impressive 20-piece tool set that you can fit in almost any drawer you have. Well, we're getting right through them and only one more item to check out, which I'm pretty excited about. So let's move on to our next item. This is the DeWalt Grabo lifter, which I'm guessing you haven't seen before. Let's give it a look. You know, that thing might come in handy for me. I like to grab my legs, bend over, and slowly lean forward, because that's just how I roll. So this is an item that I've had my eye on for quite some time. However, I just couldn't justify the purchase, as frankly, this thing isn't exactly cheap. And you may be asking, what the heck is this thing? Well, to understand that, let's get it out of the box and take a closer look. So inside the box, you're basically going to get 3 sets of items. To understand what these items do, let's take a closer look at each one. First up, you're obviously going to get the Grabo itself, along with a protective cover that fits right onto the bottom of the tool. Along with the Grabo, you're also going to get a sunshade, which is easily installed by simply placing these 2 pins into the top of the Grabo. And finally, you'll get a variety of seals and filters to extend the life of this Grabo. So what the heck is this thing? Well, it's actually kind of like a huge suction cup. Let's take a tour of the tool itself to get a better understanding. First off, this item works with the DeWalt 20-volt max battery system, so if you have those, you can use this item. Simply click one of these batteries into the back of the tool and you're ready to dive in. If we look at the bottom of the handle of the Grabo, you'll notice that there's a small black switch, and this is simply the on and off switch. With a simple flick to the right, you'll turn the tool on and you'll notice that the display will light up. Not only is this display extremely large and easy to read, but it's also very simple. If we look at the bottom of the display, you can see the battery readout. In this case, our battery is fully charged. On the right hand side of the screen, you can see it reads PSI, and you can switch this from PSI to bar by simply pressing the black button that's located above the screen. Now let's take a look at the top of the handle, which is where you're going to find a red and a green button. These are the buttons that initiate the suction and release the vacuum. To initiate the tool, you simply press the green button. When you press that green button, not only does it show you your PSI, but it also shows you a scroll bar to make sure that you have good contact. And the tool automatically stops that suction process once it has a good grip on your material. And once the tool gets below a certain threshold, the tool will reinstate the suction, making sure that you always have a good grip. And if the tool doesn't get good suction or the battery runs too low, it will give you an auditory alarm to let you know there's an issue. To release the tool suction, it's a combination of 2 presses. The first thing that you want to do is to press the green button. Once that green button is depressed, you'll press the locking tab on the center of the red button and then the red button itself. And this will immediately allow you to remove that tool with no effort at all. Let's take a look at the bottom of the tool so that we can see how this works. There really isn't a whole lot going on here. In the center of the tool, you'll find 6 foam pads, and along the perimeter of the tool, you'll find a circular pad. But you probably noticed those 3 white dots. Those are actually the valves that produce the suction on the very bottom of the tool. And it's that oval pad around the perimeter that creates a seal so that there's a vacuum. And you can see as I turn the tool on how that pad is depressed, creating the vacuum. If we look at either side of the Grabo, you're going to find 4 metal brackets with holes in it so that you can attach it to something like a hoist, giving you just a little bit more flexibility in case you're trying to save your back. So how powerful is this thing and what materials can you attach it to? Well, let's do a couple of tests. Now this tool is supposed to be able to work with porous and non-porous material, but let's test it out on a variety of different types of material, including tile, OSB, and plywood. Let's start off with tile, which has the smoothest surface. So we'll place the Grabo right on top of the tile surface and start the suction process. And as you can see, that Grabo has no problem with this smooth tile, getting up to about 12 PSI. And I'll have to say, this tile is really on there, but let's try a more difficult material. Let's try a piece of sanded plywood, which is just a little bit more porous. So we'll once again place the Grabo onto the plywood and initiate the suction process. The only difference difference between the tile and this plywood is that the suction process doesn't stop, right at about 10 psi. But just as with the tile, this thing is really on there and feels just as secure. But we need to try something that's even a little bit more difficult, like this OSB. So let's once again place that Grabo onto the OSB and begin the suction process. Just like with that plywood, the Grabo is consistently pulling air, getting it to about 3.3 psi, which is still enough to support the grip of this OSB, which is pretty impressive. But what about the load capacity with this Grabo? Well, DeWalt claims that it can accommodate up to 265 pounds. And luckily, I've got an old epoxied hardwood tabletop here, so let's test out that load capacity by trying to lift this tabletop. So once again, I'll place the Grabo right into the center of this tabletop and initiate the suction process. And as you can see here, I'm getting 12.1 psi, which is great. And honestly, I'm having more problems lifting this tabletop than the Grabo itself. In fact, this thing is so strong, I can actually lift the tabletop holding all the tools we've taken a look at today. Well, I don't know about you, but this Grabo, along with all the other tools we've taken a look at today, have completely impressed me. Well, thank you so much for joining me today on this Lowe's $500 spending spree, and I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. If you haven't already, do me a huge favor, hit that subscribe button, leave a like, leave a comment, and share this video, as it truly does help out this woodworking channel. Also, be sure to check out my website, FlynnDoggWoodwork.com, where you can get access to all sorts of fun woodworking accessories like all the t-shirts that I wear in my videos, and I've just released some new models of shirts. And if any of the tools we've taken a look at today interest you, I'll leave links in the description below so that you can go check them out for yourself. And finally, if you'd like to support the channel even further, check out my channel memberships where you can get early access to all my videos as well as one member video a week. Until next time, take care as always. All right, let's get it. So I ordered a new wash bin the other day online. It came the next day. So when the doorbell rang, I had to let that sink in. Come on. How about this one? Did you hear about the new hardware store that's being built in the Mariana Trench? Yep, it's gonna be the lowest of lows. All right, let's try. So my grandfather died from drinking. Right before his death, he drank a whole gallon of varnish. He had a slow, painful death, but man, in the end, he had a beautiful finish.